Hello there, gamer fans. It is me, Anime Game Freak 89, and welcome to my review of Tekken Tag Tournament 2. And this is the ps3 version that I got. So the big question is, are you ready for the next battle? And are you ready to hear my thoughts on Tekken Tag Tournament 2? So nobody will find out? Let's jump on in.
Hello guys, okay, so Tekken Tag Tournament 2, it's been about at least a good, 12 years since the original Tekken Tag Tournament came out for PS2, and maybe an extra year, maybe like 13 years because of the arcades. It came out around, like 2000, no, not 2000, 1999. 1999 the arcades, and 2000 on the PS2. Now, when I first played this game, I didn't play the arcade version. I only played the PS2 version that came out when the launch of the PlayStation 2 when it was first out. And I have to say, me, my brother, my cousin, we would just get all on it. Now, with Tekken Tag Tournament 2, me, my cousin, my brother would just go up on this game non-stop. Like, we actually had like a whole lot of fun. Like, it would just be like me and him, or just like me and my other cousin, we would team up like 4-on-4 battles. Like, it was just insane. Especially doing arcade mode, which was like ridiculous, and us trying to get like all the endings and whatnot. Now, this is back in the day when there was basically no online, and it's just offline gameplay, and technically that's all you really had. There was really nothing else, and because of this is what made Tekken Tag Tournament a really good legend on the PlayStation 2's lineup.
I'm going for the gold!
I'm going for the gold! Sounds like a freaking, weird hillbilly type thing, but anyways, sounds like a hillbilly mixed with like a pirate or something. Anyways, Tekken Tag Tournament 2 has pretty much the same type of control configurations as the original Tekken Tag Tournament game, except this time that the combos are way more tweaked, and there's a lot more different combo varieties you can actually use. There's a lot of combos you can learn, plus the character roster is unbelievably huge. It's like, over 55 to 60 characters, which is insane, because if you include the DLC into this game, that's how you pretty much get. You get at least close to 60 characters, because now there's a new DLC pack that just came out for it, and that's pretty cool. So it's at least close to 60 characters, which is the hugest roster for any fighting game. And I'm not going to count, Tenkaichi 3 as like that, because that's an anime-based fighting game, so, whatever to that. But when it comes to normal, your typical, real fight, actual arcade fighting games like Street Fighter, Tekken, and Mortal Kombat, this is pretty much the hugest roster you would ever expect. So I'm pretty much glad they actually took the toll to make it at least close to 60 characters, which is unbelievably cool. But at the same time, that's like 60 different endings you gotta get, which is ridiculous. And to me, I only got like at least 8 or 9 endings at least, and I'm still trying to get them all. But by the time I get, One Piece Power Warriors and play with that, I'm basically not gonna try and get all the endings. Only when I have no other games to play with and I get bored out of my skull, then yeah, I'll definitely just go on for the arcade endings. But yeah, anyways, so the gameplay has the very fast, fluid combat system of Tekken. All your favorites are back. They even brought some back from the very first Tekken game, which is insane. Like that Raptor. I believe he was in the original Tekken 1 and 2 games, and now they're finally bringing him back. Plus, they're bringing back characters like Sebastian and all the other characters from previous, really old ones from originally it's characters from 1993 all the way to recently from Tekken 6. So that's really cool how they're bringing all the nostalgia Tekken into this one freaking game, and that's pretty huge. But it's not just besides the characters and the combat. It's pretty well, actually, it is about the combat, I'm sorry. The combat to the game is what makes this core very fun. Now, the whole tag feature to the game itself makes it a very fun game, because the tag feature actually makes it for a better strategy fight. Say you're about to lose, with your character, you're almost down to your last health gauge. Then all of a sudden you switch onto your opponent, and then you have an opposite chance of actually winning. Especially if it's an easy one like this, what you're basically seeing here, me beating the shit out of freaking Yoshimitsu, which actually that was pretty cool. I just nailed on him, so Yeah.
Get ready for the next battle.
I want to show you some quick gameplay of the online real quick. Now, when it comes to this particular game of the Tekken franchise, there is one thing that people will always keep on going towards, besides getting all the arcade endings, and that is online gameplay. And this game delivers just that. The online gameplay for Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is pretty good. Hold on, I'm going to show you a better online match because, yeah. Okay, here we go.
Round 1.
Now, this is much better. Okay, now this is your typical online match when it comes to Tekken. The online for this game barely ever lags, like, at all. Like, I basically don't have any problems with it. I mean, yeah, I recently never found a match where I found myself, you know, getting angry over the fact that it's lag. Like, actually, no. Like, there's barely any type of lag in this game, like, whatsoever. Like, yeah, because, I mean, okay, maybe if somebody rage quits, okay, that's a big different story. Oh, yes, especially when it comes to online competitors. Oh, here's the thing. You really, really have to train, because if you don't, you are literally going to get your ass handed to you in many matches. Like, for example, you know, see me getting my freaking, you know, ass whooped by freaking... Oh, damn it. As you can see in the corner right there, you know, I'm king. I'm trying to... Damn it. I mean, I'm sorry, no, I'm not king. Shit. Come on, you can do this. Come on. Work with me. Yeah! I love this bitch. She's like one of my favorite characters to use. I think, Cammy, I think her name was, or something. I don't remember her name, but she's actually pretty cool. I mean, she's also in Tekken, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, but technically I never really, like, use her. I mean, I use her. Don't get me wrong. Like, I use her, but the thing is that when it comes to, you know, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, it's different, because the huge mistake they did with Street Fighter Cross Tekken is that all the characters play the same. Like, the Street Fighter characters they pretty much play as, well, okay, I'm sorry. I'm really stuttering a lot on this review shit, because really I don't really have much to talk about as a review as a whole, which technically, you know, when it comes to Tekken, you know, there's really not much to say about this game other than that it's a pretty damn good fighting game, and definitely it's like one of the best fighting games I played this year. But other than that, when it comes to the big mistake from Street Fighter Cross Tekken is that, well, the Tekken characters play the same as the Street Fighter characters. There we go, that's what I'm trying to say. That's my main problem. They play way too much like Street Fighter characters. Well, technically they should be playing just as their own style of fighting. Like, they should be, the way you're seeing here is the exact way they should be playing in Street Fighter Cross Tekken to make it a different advantage. Why the hell did they have to make it the same flashy moves? I have no idea why. Then again, it's Capcom, and we all know Capcom and their, you know, evil ways of gaming when it comes to nowadays, especially milking something like Street Fighter, especially milking the freaking fighting franchises. But that again, thank God, Tekken Cross Street Fighter will be coming out next year, so that I'm definitely looking forward to. That is going to be a real man's fighting game right there. Not that freaking crappy engine I have to deal with Street Fighter Cross. I mean, don't get me wrong, Street Fighter Cross Tekken was a fun game, but it just really wasn't like the game I was most hyped for. Like, I was really hyped for the game, don't get me wrong, it looked amazing. But after what I seen and when I played, well, it plays exactly the same like Street Fighter and nothing's really changed with the control configurations, then I just didn't really care for it that much, rather than just play it for fun at like my friend's house or something. That's technically it. While this game I can play for hours and hours on end when it comes to online or offline. The competition is pretty brutal though, I will warn you, so you definitely have to literally train and become good. Otherwise, you're basically not going to be able to handle all the players online, because there's a lot of experienced players, from veteran Tekken fans to new Tekken fans. However, there is something for Tekken fans that are, well, not Tekken fans, I'm sorry, for people who haven't played Tekken in a very long time, or just never played Tekken in general, there is something called Fight Lab mode, which I'll show you after I try to, you know, get my win here. Damn it. Come on, work for me. Come on, work for me. Oh, come on, freaking King. King! I mean, not King. I think it's, Dark. Is he? No, not Dark King. What the hell's his name? It was King and something else. I forget the Dark one's name, but whatever. There's so many players in Tekken that you can barely recognize all the names. Look at that. Freaking awesome. And I love that pose. That pose of bold and like pretty sexy right there. Just waiting for the damn dude to connect. Oh, well, what I'm playing is actually the quick match thing. I'm not doing the whole, like, going on the leaderboards, because if I do that, then that's pretty much where you're pretty much going to get your ass handed to, because we got so many leaderboards with really high ranks, it's not even funny. So, good luck with that one. Damn it, my freaking program with the Camtasia and filming this is kind of lagging this a bit. Alright, you know what? Instead of showing you more awesome, you know, incredible, awesome gameplay. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's also some DLC coming up soon, I believe. Actually, no, the Snoop Dogg stage is when you get it, actually, when you reserve the game day one. Well, whatchamacallit. When you get that, you also get the other DLC characters. However, if you didn't reserve it, and that means if you didn't reserve the game, then you don't get those DLC characters. I think you get them way later on, but the only ones you get for now are characters like Sebastian, that Violet dude, I think his name is Violet. Yeah, Violet, I think, from the Fight Lab, the guy with the purple suit and the glasses and all that. The one that says, like, excellent, or something like that, or good work, or something like that. Which I'll show you. Okay, the Fight Lab I'm definitely going to show you right about now. And how can anybody hate Tekken when you got fucking not bestiality. I said bestiality. I meant animal beast warriors fighting and beating the crap out of each other. This is, look at this, in wrestling fashion, my don't you? This is, look at this! Oh! Look at that, look at that, look at that. I mean, I know it's me getting my ass kicked, but damn, that was freaking awesome. I will give him props to the other player. That was a pretty cool combo combination. Okay, anyways, let's just move on to the Fight Lab, which is the last thing I'll show you, and I'll just end the review. Now, the thing that's pretty much close to a story mode when it comes to Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is the Fight Lab. Now, the Fight Lab is pretty much a story about a dude named Violet who actually wants to create the ultimate fighting robot. And with that, he needs your help to actually train this robot to become strong. Oh, and the best thing about Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is that I just discovered this while doing the Fight Lab. And of course, you know, you got this freaking girl talking, and also with Violet to help you instruct all the basic moves that you don't really know about Tekken. For people who don't really know how to play Tekken, who never played it, or for people who haven't played Tekken in a very long time, ever since Tekken 6, then this is a pretty much good gameplay style to actually warm them up before the main fights, whether it be arcade mode or just basically online, which I would say more of like online, because that's when the competition really gets crazy. So, in the Fight Lab, there's plenty of different things you can do. There's like different types of like boss battles you can do. We got like dudes laying bombs on the ground. Speaking of that, I'm going to show you that part, because I don't know why I'm showing boss battle. Sorry, I kind of missed that. But hey, you know that thing where you just show the boss battle? Kind of reminds me of the Steam logo. That's pretty cool. But imagine if Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is on Steam. That would be pretty cool. And this is pretty much a random scenario where it's like a school ceremony. Now, this boss fight is actually pretty cool. It's actually one of my favorites. Well, of course, is basically just the first boss battle, but there are many of them which are actually pretty cool. This one has to be being my favorite because it's kind of fun because you get to dodge all this while dodging. Sorry about that, but anyways. Oh, look at this. This is crazy. You get to dodge chickens, and you have balloon bombs down there in the front, which is unbelievable. Oh, where's the dude with the pizza? Oh, look at this. A fat Power Ranger look-alike throwing pizzas and using nunchucks. Do I really need to go on how awesome? Do I really need to repeat myself how awesome this is? Look at this. A fat Power Ranger throwing pizzas and you dodging the pizzas. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think this was like actually like a character from Tekken, from like the, oh, there it is, excellent, that's what he says, I was right. I believe he was from a very old Tekken game. I think it was from like the first or the second game, like the dude, I think I remember this guy now, where he was like this fat dude who just randomly throws pizzas at you, which is cool, because that's a reference to like an old game, which is pretty badass. But again, that's pretty bizarre. You get to dodge bombs, dodge a Power Ranger, and a gun, while getting avoided by pizzas and bombs. This is just crazy ass shit. So overall, I have really nothing else to say about Tekken Tag Tournament 2, but on the end, it's a really great fighting game. It's actually one of the best fighting games I played this year. Yeah, you heard me right there. You fucking heard me right. You heard me right, Street Fighter Cross Tekken fans. this is indeed one of the best fighting games I played this year. Ultimate Ninja Storm Generations, I'll have to be pretty much, I would say, in second place. Second place to that, I guess, the only other good fighter after that was... Actually, no, scratch that. This and Blaze Blue Continuum Shift Extent are actually pretty good fighting games this year. That and Storm Generations, which will be in a little bit of below place, but still pretty good. But out of all the fighting games I have played, this one has to be the very best one. Not only that, for the mechanics and the gameplay and the combos and so many crazy online battles, but a really new way to actually get new Tekken players to step up their game and actually become very competitive foes when it comes to online or offline or arcade mode. And it's actually one of the best Tekken games I played in a very long time. 6 wasn't so bad of a game, but it wasn't... The story mode for me, didn't really do for me. I didn't like how it became like not even a fighting game or just a game where you explore your way through the story when technically it's all about arcade fighting. I do not know why they decided to do that with Tekken 6, but whatever. Overall, we don't need a story. It's a fighting game. You're there for cool endings, kick-ass combos, and a good time online and offline. So here is my overall final thoughts on Tekken Tag Tournament. Well, okay, the only little nitpick I have, and this is kind of like weird, it's not really that bad of a nitpick, but where's my Tekken Bowling? Yeah, where the hell is Tekken Bowling? I remember that in the first Tekken Tag Tournament game, and they don't even have that here. For no nostalgia factor? That's some bullshit. But other than that, the game is still very awesome. It's totally worth checking out.
So overall, Tekken Tag Tournament 2... Oh, sorry, can't see my face. Overall, Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is actually one of the best fighting games I played out of the year. Sorry to break it to you, Street Fighter Cross Tekken fans, but this is the game I definitely have been waiting for the longest time. I'm glad I finally got it. Game is awesome. It's amazing. There are only just a little bit complaints, and I can't really say much. I guess the only little things would probably be like, no, not story mode, because I can't really say a story mode, because really, it's a fighting game, you don't really need a story mode. But I guess you can say is that, there's a lot of characters, including DLC, which is great. The only thing is that the endings, the arcade endings, there are tons and tons of endings to get. I do wish they do kind of had this, like, arcadic story, though, to it, like, at least some kind of story modes, or some of the story modes for the characters. But then again, that would be way too much story. Like, they could have at least had separate characters have their own story mode, which I thought would have been pretty cool. But, you know, whatever. It doesn't really matter to me, like an arcadic story mode. But, whatever. It's all good. I mean, that's, like, the only thing. I mean, I really wish that the only real story mode here is only the Fight Lab. But, other than that, again, you know, like I was mentioning, it's a fucking fighting game. Why do we need all this fancy shit? I mean, the only one that does it right is fucking Blaze Blue, and that's technically it. So, with that being said, this is, well, okay, before I get to my outro, the score for this game, I'm not going to give it the great, well, okay, I'll give it a pretty damn good rating, because I can't really say too much about it, just like little nitpicks here and there. So for this particular review, and for this incredibly awesome, challenging fighting game, and be warned, I guess one little thing is that be warned, the game is challenging, especially the final boss in every arcade mode. The final boss is a dick. I will admit that. The final boss is a fucking dick. I hate the final freaking boss in that game. Like, it's just so goddamn annoying. But other than that, online mode, also prepare yourselves, because there's a lot of tough competition, like myself here. And that's technically it. So I give it a really great score of a 9.5 out of 10. Totally recommend it. It went down to $10 less to about $50, maybe a little more cheaper now online. Amazon, you could probably get it for like almost like a clean $40, which isn't so bad, and that's a pretty damn good deal. It's a shame I had to pay for mine with $60, but I really wanted to get it because I was really hyped for the game. So, this is Anime Game Freak 89, over and out. See you on the bounce. Peace out. And also, gamers, remember, no game is ever impossible. Peace the fuck out. Later. And also, are you ready for the next battle?